Several key allies of former President Donald Trump have been indicted in an election subversion case in Arizona. 18 people have been charged. They include Donald Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, his former lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, and conservative attorney John Eastman. They're all accused of taking part in a fake electors scheme in an effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election. I want to bring in now CBS News campaign reporter Shawna Mizelle. She is there in Phoenix for us. So, Shawna, explain what these people are charged with doing.
Those listed in this indictment are accused of attempting to undo the will of Arizona voters, essentially submitting a slate of fake electors, determining that former President Donald Trump won the state of Arizona, even though Joe Biden won here by roughly 10,000 votes.
And Shawna, you also spoke with voters there in Arizona about former President Trump's legal issues. Tell us what they have to say.
Those who support former President Donald Trump are supporting him despite his legal woes. Let's take a listen to what one man told me yesterday.
They're weaponizing the legal system to try to take him out before he runs for president. So I think that it kind of shows it's basically a threat to democracy. You know, when you have a two-party system and one party is trying to throw the other top guy in jail for lesser crimes than the heads of that party have committed. I mean, it's a very scary time for our country because that doesn't create unity or foster unity. I think it leads to the dissolution of democracy.
Now, we know that Joe Biden has really been framing former President Donald Trump as a threat to democracy, but we see here in Arizona that messaging is also resonating with Republicans who are blaming the Justice Department that they say is weaponized by Joe Biden to attack former President Donald Trump, and they will be supporting the former president despite his legal woes.
It does seem like both sides becoming more entrenched in their positions. Shawna, we need to say, though, that the former president was not indicted in this case. He was referred to as an unindicted co-conspirator. Explain what all of this then means for him.
Correct. Former President Donald Trump was not indicted in this, but listed as an unindicted co-conspirator. But this is just another example of those in the Trump orbit, those close to the former president being tied up in legal cases. This is something that we've seen since Steve Bannon back in 2016.
All right. Shawna Mizelle there in Arizona for us. Thank you.